Hey guys, welcome to day 90. Can I get one there? 6. Welcome to day 96 of Fusion. We're going to make a V6 engine. Now, we're not going to make the whole thing on video because that just took way too long. Instead, we're going to focus on one part and then kind of build it from there. Now, this is a model of what a V6 engine and how it works. It's not going to be exactly to any specifications. So I'm going to do a top-down build of this engine. And I actually might even have to make some parts, edit some parts as we go on the fly, just so that it is 3D printable, because I would love for this to be a 3D printable object my students can kind of interact with. Okay, so let's do it. So the plus sign, let's start design, and let's do the center diameter of our camshaft. I'm going to do 1/2 inch. I don't know if this is going to be the correct thickness. This is kind of 3D print it, and if it snaps and it breaks, then I'll come back and do edits. Welcome to the design process. And the thickness of the connector piece between the camshaft and the piston, I'm going to do as a 1/4 inch. It sounds a little thin, but actually, I don't know, because it's not going to be, I don't know, we'll see. All right, next thing we're going to do is I'm going to draw a line about 3 inches upwards. Now, I did this earlier. I did this with a 4-inch length, and it was just a little bit too tall. I don't like it how it came out. So hopefully when I do a 3-inch length on my piston, it'll come out better. We're going to draw a line up on top. We're going to give that a dimension of 1/2 inch. And let's go ahead and use midpoint constraint. There it is, midpoint. So this line is on the midpoint of that line. Oh, let's try it again. Midpoint. This line is on the mid of that point. There we go. Looks good. We can then make this a construction line if we want to. That way it doesn't get in the way. And we're just going to connect these profiles. Hit finish sketch, and things are looking good. Now, to extrude this, I'm going to use a symmetric extrusion, because we want all of our parts that I'm going to be building, I'm going to base it off of the origin here, and it's just helpful. Again, if you want to, we can do some fillets on a couple of edges, just for it to look a little bit more realistic, if you really want to. I'm going to do, let's do just a little bit more. That looks okay. All right. So let's go back to our isometric view, and let's start a sketch on this top plane. Now, what I'm going to do is, this is going to be our piston head. So I'm going to do 1.5 inches for our piston head. Looks good. Now, I just like using features that I've never used before, and I found out I can use offset here, and it works pretty well. So instead of starting at this plane, it's actually going to offset where it starts off from. Let's do that as a 1/4 inch. Now, let's do a little bit more. I just think it's going to run into a little bit of some issues. So 3/8 of an inch, that looks good. Okay. Let's then start another sketch on the bottom of this. And this is going to be where the piston head wraps around that shaft. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to create a profile that connects all of those pieces together. Let's do 1.375 just for the sake of being in standard. All right, and get that bottom view again. I'm going to go ahead and make my bodies inactive. That way they're not getting in the way. All right. Ooh, let's turn this around just a little bit. Okay, looking good. All right, we're going to use rectangle now. We're going to use center point rectangle. And I'm just going to connect 2 rectangles inside of this circle. And we're going to see why I'm doing everything I'll be doing here in just a second. So these two rectangles have the same width, but their height's a little bit different. I'm sure there's a bunch of different ways you could do this, but I found out I just like this method. It's just what popped up and came to my brain. Let's go all the way, extend these lines, and you might see where we're going to be coming up here soon. Extend. There we go. And then let's trim up some profiles. So T for trim. And let's just take away all the extra profiles we don't need. Looks good. I'm sure you could type in dimensions and make this very specific, like I said, but this is a top-down model. And I just want to make something that works. So let's see, that is a completed profile. That's a completed profile. There we go. And that looks good. So let's hit finish sketch. And let's extrude this on up. That's because, oh, extrude it to what? Okay. There we go. And we're just going to bring this down past our head. That is looking pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and click OK. Let's go ahead and make this body inactive and start a sketch here. And this is going to be where that shaft is going to run through. So let's do another 1/4 inch. And let's do a symmetric. Actually, let's big brain this. Let's not do a sketch there. Let's do a sketch here. So at circle 0.25. Make that first sketch active again. Like I said, we're going to do it symmetric from the center, and that just ends up being a little bit more helpful. So let's bring the other body back up. Let's do that distance, make it a join, but we want that first body to be inactive again. That way, they won't make it all as one body. Click OK. We're going to take this body, make it disappear, bring this one back up, and use that first sketch again. Oh, so great. Symmetric, cut it out. That looks a little low. So what I'm going to do is I'm like, you know what, that looks a little low. Let's go back to the first sketch. And let's dimension this. Instead of 0.3, let's do 0.25. Let's bring it up just a hair. Actually, let's a little more than that. Let's do 0.2. And here's why I like using that first sketch, because it affects everything we've referenced after it. Looks good. We might be, I want to be a little bit more particular, maybe bring that out just a hair extra. Join. And there we go, folks. Awesome. Now what we can do is just go ahead and make this first sketch inactive. Hit Shift J for as built joints. Oh, we didn't make any components yet. Let's do this. Let's call this create component. And this first component we'll just call piston arm. And this second component we'll call piston head. Now, here's what I do like. Smart moves. If we drag in this piston head into this piston arm, it creates it as a sub-assembly. So when I make both of them inactive, they are two separate components, but still affected by the same button. So I guess this is no longer piston arm. We're just going to call this piston. All right, so let's do Shift J now. As built joint, and that's going to be a revolute amongst that center plane. Cool. There you go, folks. We're going to call this done as far as making our piston. We might have to make some edits later on, but just stick around and hopefully the next video will pop out here soon. Take care.